Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm going to give a recap of episode 3 of HBO Max's new series titled Velma. Like always, if you enjoy the content, please give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. If your keyboard isn't destroyed from smashing the subscribe button, then you're doing it wrong. Let's get into the recap. To sum up so far of what's been going on in the season, Velma is initially accused of murdering Brenda. Krista also ends up murdered. Fred ends up getting convicted for the murder since he took Brenda's camera and is currently serving jail time due to his inability to prove his innocence. Velma has also been confused about her feelings for Daphne and Fred. Daphne is on the search for her birth parents. Velma is on the search for her mother's disappearance. I have a hunch that this may be connected, but alas, onto the episode. So the episode starts off as Daphne and Velma finish making out. Daphne wishes Velma good luck on finding her mom since Daphne finally gave Velma the cold case file on her mom's disappearance. Velma starts questioning her sexual identity and if she is really gay. Through the file, she finds out that the last known location her mom's cell phone pinged up was at Fred's house. Velma then heads to school and discusses the Daphne kiss with Norville, who isn't taking it so well since he has a crush on Velma. She also tells Norville about her mom's last pinged location being at Fred's house. Norville suggests that Velma talk about her possible exploration of her sexuality with Norville's dad, who is a therapist and a high school counselor at their school. Norville informs Velma that his dad is running a mental health assembly for the students who are dealing with trauma from the murders of Brenda and Krista. During the mental health assembly, Lamont Rogers tries his best to counsel the students, which ultimately turns into a shit show. Velma also tries to keep a low profile as Daphne is sitting close by. Eerily mental health squirrel was clearly the murderer, as you can see. I'm just kidding. Blythe Rogers, Norville's mom and principal at the school, announces that all the women must attend a self-defense course in light of the murders. She says that the self-defense classes will be taught by none other than Daphne's detective parents, Donna and Linda Blake, to the shock of Daphne. Daphne's parents really out here diversifying their portfolios. We love to see it. Velma grabs Norville and bolts out of the assembly so that they can talk to Fred about her mom's disappearance. Norville and Velma end up going to the prison Fred is locked up in. Velma still has this slight crush on Fred while also having a slight crush on Daphne, who was dating Fred before he went to prison. Love triangle, anyone? Norville insists Velma go talk to the therapist about her feelings, which she strictly refuses to do so. Daphne, Fred, and Norville now appear in Velma's hallucinations, which further complicate Velma's thoughts. Velma goes berserk in the prison and tells Norville to express his feelings about her again to calm her hallucinations, because she still believes that Norville is joking about him liking her. Velma ends up getting kicked out and gets banned from the prison, so she ends up unable to ask Fred about her mom's disappearance. Norville offers to deal with Fred while Velma figures out her feelings for Daphne. Velma ends up going back to the school to attend the self-defense course being taught by Daphne's parents. She tries to sit far away from Daphne but ends up being picked to demonstrate a self-defense tactic with Daphne. Talk about incognito. Daphne and Velma end up escaping to the bathroom and then end up talking about their kiss. Daphne confesses that she does miss being friends with Velma and asks her if she likes her. Velma plays coy, which leads them to argue about who has feelings for who. Velma tells Daphne that she likes Fred, which leads up to Daphne attacking Velma when they get back to the self-defense class. Daphne's parents announces that there will be a self-defense tournament tomorrow, with the winner getting a college scholarship. Velma questions how this is going to help them with defending themselves against guys, which Daphne's parents explain that this tournament is designed to see who is the least vulnerable girl in the school. We then pan out to Norville visiting Fred in jail and offering him therapy sessions. Norville's plan is to use these therapy sessions to have Fred possibly give out any information he may know of Velma's mom's disappearance. Norville brings up to Fred about Velma's mom, and Fred decides to end the therapy sessions there. Norville then starts a fight with the person from the wanted poster that tried to rob him, and he punches Norville in the face. Norville ends up having therapy sessions with his dad about the debacle, which Norville's dad ends up giving him his cardigan in hopes that it will make people feel comfortable opening up to him. Back at the school, the self-defense tournament is underway as Velma and Daphne both advance to the final round. Velma and Daphne reconvene in the bathroom before their fight to talk about their feelings. Velma confesses to Daphne that she does indeed like her. Daphne says that she has a lot at stake more than Velma, and as Daphne begins to vent, is interrupted by her popular friends. Daphne then puts on a show for her friends as she knocks Velma to the ground. Daphne just keeps knocking Velma down. Norval then heads back to the prison to use his dad's suggestion of wearing a cardigan to get answers out of Fred. Fred then tells Norval that his dad bought a rundown house and wanted to burn it down to get insurance money to renovate it. Fred continues and says that on the night they planned to burn the house, Fred's dad stood him up and recalls an Indian woman pulling up to their house. Norval's cardigan is a hit with the other prisoners as they want to have therapy sessions with him. The finals of the self-defense tournament are here between Velma and Daphne, and things get intense. Velma reveals that she stole Daphne's diary and tells the school that Daphne regularly sees the school therapist. This backfires on Velma and the whole school gets behind Daphne's corner. Daphne defeats Velma in the tournament with a sus nod of approval from Principal Blythe Rogers. Lamont Rogers tells Velma that if she does not apologize to Daphne, she will be suspended from the school. Velma vents to Lamont saying that the reason she does not talk to anyone else about her feelings is that she used to talk to her mom about personal matters, and that talking to anyone else feels like she is betraying that relationship she had with her mom, and that it will make her come to terms with the fact that her mom may be gone forever. Lamont tells Velma that not talking about her feelings has also led Velma away from finding the truth about her mom, as she starts reflecting on her feelings for Daphne. Velma then meets up with Norval, who drives her to Daphne's house. By the way, Daphne and Velma live next door to each other, which is wild. On the drive there, Norval tells Velma that Fred may not have anything to do with her mom's disappearance. Velma apologizes to Daphne for telling the whole school about her therapy sessions with Lamont. Daphne tells Velma that she was never concerned about her popularity and started therapy sessions because the pursuit of her finding her birth parents made her feel abandoned. She also says that Velma abandoned her too after Velma's mom went missing. From Velma's perspective, she thought Daphne abandoned her to gain popularity, but that it was actually Velma that shut Daphne out. Daphne admits she did like the kiss, but when Velma claimed she was confused about it, Daphne self-guarded herself because she didn't want to be abandoned again. Velma admits that she does like Daphne, but is also attracted to Fred. They both agree to try to repair their friendship. We then go to Norval and his dad watching the prison burning down due to Norval ditching giving therapy sessions to the prisoners, which ended up with them starting a prison riot. As Norval gives his dad back his cardigan, a card for Crystal Cove Insane Asylum falls out of the pocket. Norval's dad then plays coy as Norval uses the cardigan to get his dad to confess why he has the business card. Norval's dad ends up confessing, saying that it's about his mother. This episode ends with Velma looking through social media pictures of Daphne as her attraction for her builds up. This episode felt like more of a filler episode, and we learn a little bit more about Daphne's emotions and why she is the person she is. We see that Daphne and Velma are now friends, but I wonder how that will affect how Daphne and her friends treat her at school. We also learned that Velma's mom did have some sort of interaction with Fred, and that Norval's parents may be hiding something. Thank you all for tuning in. This was a recap of episode 3 of HBO Max's new series titled Velma. Like always, if you're messing with the content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and thank you all for the support. I'll see y'all in the next video, the episode 4 recap coming out after. Thank you all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.